Hey, John here. Here's lick of the day number 84. This is the Dorian sweep and legato lick. As usual, you can find a link to the tabs in the description below or by clicking here on the screen. I'm going to play it once slowly and then break it down. We start here on the 7th fret of the A string. Alright, this one is based on the E Dorian scale, and Dorian, if you're not familiar with that, is just like a natural minor scale, but we take the flat 6 and put that back to the natural 6. So we get a slight lift in the scale. So it's not as depressing as the natural minor. And with that said, we're going to start with the first arpeggio here, and this is based on E minor 7 arpeggio. So we have 7, 10 on the A string, then we got 9, 7, 8, 7, and then 10 on top as well. So, and we're gonna repeat the top 3 strings like this. So the picking is gonna be down, hammer, down, 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 up, pull off, up, and then down, down, down. So, and I notated this in groups of 6, so it's 6 tuplets. So basically we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then you shift up to the 14th fret. Now we're gonna play a G major 7 arpeggio, but remember this is all played over an E note, so all the notes will be heard in relation to that E. So even though it's a G major 7 shape, it won't sound like a G major 7. Because the G will sound like a flat 3, B is the 5th, D is the flat 7, and F sharp is the 9th. So the combined total over the E note will be E minor 9th arpeggio. So that's handy to know, because if you like that sound, you can basically apply that to any minor chord that you like, and then build an arpeggio, a major 7 arpeggio from the flat 3 of that key. So if we would do this in A minor, for example, you could build a C major 7 arpeggio would give you the same type of sound. Anyway, so the frets here would be 14, 10, 12, 11, 12, 14, 10. And the picking, up, pull off, up, 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 down, hammer, down, 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 down. Then we're gonna go back via this F sharp minor 7 arpeggio, which will be exactly the same shape as the E minor 7. So it's fairly easy to remember. So we're coming from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this shape, like I said, is exactly like the one from E minor 7, but 2 frets up. And the picking for this one will be the same as this one, because we just start on the highest note of the arpeggio, go to the lowest note and back up again. So up, pull off, up, 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 down, hammer, down, 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 down. And then finally an upstroke here on the 10th fret. Now we're gonna go into the last part, which is the descending legato line. And I only pick this note, and then I do hammer-ons from nowhere with my pinky, but you can pick the notes as well if you want. Just make sure you don't do you overdo the picking, because then you will lose the legato effect. So from here we have the Yngwie sequence that I've played a million times before, but this time it's legato. So if you're not familiar with that one, number the notes from left to right, 1, 2, 3. It's going to be 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. So we do that once. Then we go into the 10th fret here and go down 10, 8, 7, then 9, 7, 6, 9, 7, 5, same thing with A, 9, 7, 5, and then a slide. And I'm ending here on the quintessential Dorian note, right, which is the natural 6th. And I say that because compared to a natural minor scale, that's the only note you change. So that's in a minor setting will really give you that Dorian sound. So the whole thing again from the beginning. Practice-wise, it's fairly easy. You simply take each arpeggio, make sure you can play them, and now you basically have two shapes that are identical, just 2 frets apart. So just try them out and see where it seems to be the hardest for you, and then focus on that shape first. So let's say you have an issue with this one. And if the issue is in the actual arpeggio itself, then you can just repeat that like that, well, but slower, and work your way from as low as you can go without, feeling that you're straining your hand. And then you go as high as you can and then back again. So you can incorporate that into your daily practice schedule, and doing that with slow reps. I would do like 2 to 4 reps in each position. So let's say I start here. And so on, just to get the good reps in, and making sure that you have the rest strokes in your picking hand as well. So a big key to getting the sweep technique to work. And once that's working, then you can try combining it with the next shape and see if that still holds together, and you go on from there. So basically just break it down in smaller pieces so you can loop them. It's a simple thing, but it's really effective, because you want to get these shapes, or anything in practice really, to the point where you don't have to think about what you're playing. You just let your fingers do the work automatically, while you actually are able to listen in more and hear, what's your timing like, what your dynamics are like, are you making any mistakes, and so on. So that's where all this repetition comes in, because that will free your brain up to be able to focus on the more important stuff. But to get to that point, you can't be sitting there thinking about where to put your fingers down, because that will take up way too much space in your brain, and you won't be able to focus on the more important stuff. And for the legato stuff, work on this sequence. And also during the transition. So you can get this note, and then this one's actually really good, because it's kind of challenging to go when you go back, so you get extra work on the hammer on from nowhere. So again, same type of approach. You break it down, move it up and down the fretboard, and get those reps in. All right, that's it for this one. If you have any questions, just post them below. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed it, and see you in the next one.